The grant from the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation to fund Choreographers on Campus was a 3-year grant, and it has many goals. One of them is to facilitate dance and to enhance dance learning and the presence of choreographers on campus. The other is to invite master choreographers to campus for performances, for lectures, for workshops, and residencies. Another goal is teaching, actually, and that's what I do, teaching courses on dance here at Lafayette College.
It was really exciting to see people come in, talk to us about how to utilize talent, how to craft our skill, and then hours later see that discussion manifest in a successful performance from someone who is in the industry.
We share all of these goals with the 6 members of the Lafayette College community. Lastly, we meet the needs of community here in the Lehigh Valley, whether that's health, spirituality, anything that deals with dance and its interdisciplinary partnerships. We had a wonderful 3-week-long visit from Kuro Taketeru from Japan, an accomplished Buto artist who visited all of the colleges in our area. We had students trying out this Japanese method of performance and watching performance because Kuro Taketeru performed at Lafayette College at the conclusion of his residency.
I had learned about Buto at that point in my Dance and World Cultures class. So we'd been reading about it and watching videos of people performing it, but actually physicalizing it in the class was just drastically different from watching it. And it was really unlike any other style of dance I've done before in just how slow, but also just how emotional and internal it was. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone and kind of just inspired me to think about dance in a different way.
Philadelphia-based ballet choreographer Nora Gibson developed a new ballet based on prime number theory, and she collaborated with our associate professor of mathematics, Derek Smith. Professor Smith devised various visual imagery based on prime number theory, which accompanied the ballet when it premiered in Philadelphia. And their work together here on campus was the sort of cross-disciplinary partnership that we like to encourage and we like to get students involved with.
This was a fantastic residency. What it permitted me was focused, concentrated time, to have that uninterrupted time in the studio with the dancers made all of the difference. It was an amazing way to make work.
Raphael Xavier is a hip-hop dancer whose work stems from early hip-hop and breakdance moves from the 70s and who has worked hard to codify them and to present them in a new kind of proscenium art form. He is one of the most accomplished and knowledgeable hip-hop artists, which I think of as a new American folk dance. And our students had a chance to discuss with him at length his ideas for the new piece, which Choreographers on Campus commissioned, and for them to watch rehearsals of the work and see it unfold before them.
The freedom, encouragement, everything that you need to move forward as an artist, as an individual, as a student, as a teacher. The Choreographers on Campus grant allows them to be able to do all of that. And that's the next step to become a greater artist.
The Dance Health and Wellness Symposium partnered with local Lehigh Valley health clinics like the Easton Hospital and the Good Shepherd Services. We were able to offer classes to people with multiple sclerosis, and we also offered a class in Dance for Parkinson's Disease, a new program from the Mark Morris Dance Group in Brooklyn. This all culminated in a panel discussion with dance artists who also work with patient populations and physicians, using dance as a therapeutic and self-expressive medium. We were really lucky to get Dance for PD, that is Parkinson's disease, here on campus several times. There is some data that dance is therapeutic for people with Parkinson's disease, and that's why Dance for PD works with clinicians and researchers around the country. We were fortunate to get ballet choreographer Jessica Lang from New York City in an extended residency at Muhlenberg College, where she set one of her repertory pieces on the students. As a working ballerina, Jessica Lang had a lot of experience on stage and choreographs both modern and ballet. Students at Muhlenberg benefited from her expertise in both fields.
I learned this piece as a junior at Muhlenberg, and I was able to really learn how to pick up choreography quite quickly, as well as be put into a role that I was a soloist in, so I had to learn the part myself and then really be able to take it and make it my own. And I think that that really helped me in my college career, being able to feel comfortable in choreography that's new and foreign to me, and really being able to make it my own.
The Rivers Merge Dance Festival was one of our most successful community events. It marshaled dance artists from all over the region. We had artists from Muhlenberg College, from DeSales University, and those not affiliated with colleges and universities present a broad array of dance styles and forms. So we had Odissi Indian classical dancing on the program. We had point work and full ballet. We had more contemporary work and dance theater work.
I believe that setting dance outside of the theater allows the dancers and the artists to connect with nature and to connect with their audiences in a very different way that is separate from the proscenium stage. In creating the site-specific piece, I'm interested in that idea of connection. Connection to the space, connection to the community, connection between the dancers.
We brought Body Vox, a dance company from Portland, Oregon, to DeSales University, where they created a piece for the dancers there and also adjudicated the 48-hour screen dance camera event.
Working with Jamie Hampton in the Body Vox residency was really just a fantastic experience. Not only was he the most personable and just a great person to work with, he was also an excellent teacher. And he gave me some personal corrections, and I think each of us some individual feedback, and I know mine has really stuck with me. Even now, a year later, I remember stuff that he's told me, and I continue to try to implement it in my dancing.
Paleontologist David Sunderland collaborated with a director of Pilobolus, Allison Chase, a choreographer based in Maine. She sent 2 of her dancers to campus to work with David and his students on how to embody and imagine evolution, hybridization, and other concepts in paleobiology.
With this experience with Allison Chase Dance Company and the Choreographers on Campus program, we've put the students in a position where they are to teach without a writing implement, without verbal communication, without an explanation that is sort of the customary way that we explain things in a classroom. They went through a long thought process about how it is that they would move to convey sort of, let's say, speciation within macroevolutionary history. How is that drawn on a board? That's one thing. How is it put into movement? That's another. What are the nuances of the time scale over which that happens in the natural world, and how can those be expressed in movement?
We convened a panel of dance artists who work in some way with spirituality. We had visitors from the Lehigh Valley representing various interfaith communities who were curious about the way dance and spirituality work together, how one expresses the other. Kirk Peterson came from New York City to set one of Anthony Tudor's well-known ballets, Dark Elegies, on students at DeSales University. The students could hear about Anthony Tudor's original ideas when he created Dark Elegies and to understand the characters that they were portraying through dance.
Learning Dark Elegies from Kirk Peterson has been a whirlwind of an experience because on the one hand, going into this process is a little bit intimidating since Dark Elegies is so well known and loved as a ballet. So there's a degree of technical and performance quality excellence that we have to rise to as the dancers in the piece. But on the other hand, it's just been a lovely experience because Kirk Peterson is so great to work with.
I think the Mellon Foundation is interested in perpetuating this dance form, especially in places of higher education where intellect and discussion are robust.
I think the most meaningful part to me was the ability to work with someone who's such a renowned choreographer in New York, and being able to have that person on campus was really incredible.
Having these new voices in the studio can be really inspiring and show you a different way to move and a different way to approach choreography.